Could this meek driver really outsmart a mafia boss using only her driving skills? Brace yourself, this story is wild. Ivar was no ordinary man, a legendary mafia boss who ruled the city with an iron fist. Only one person stood by his side constantly, Tamsa, his quiet maid-turned-driver. She navigated his flashy car through winding alleys, shielding him from prying eyes and danger. To everyone, Tamsa looked harmless and devoted. She smiled politely, said nothing, and never drew attention. But beneath the calm exterior, something was brewing. Tamsa saw and heard everything on her daily drives, yet Ivar never suspected a thing. The boss treated her like family, revealing no secrets to anyone else. The power gap between them was huge. He had guns, money, and enemies, while she had only loyalty and quick wits. Little did Ivar know, Tamsa was about to turn the tables. Ivar ruled with brutal intelligence. He controlled an entire underground empire, casinos, rackets, even city officials. People around knew his reputation for cruelty. Anyone who dared to challenge him vanished without a trace. He had loyal soldiers, safe houses, and hidden resources. Even the police whispered his name with fear. At a single gesture from Ivar, dozens of men would storm any building. He stayed one step ahead, forging alliances and quietly eliminating threats. In short, there seemed to be no way to stop this man. Tamsa's world was completely different. She grew up poor and quiet, far away from Ivar's world of violence. Working for him as a maid and driver was her chance to earn a steady living. Every day she put on a humble expression, wiping floors or polishing the boss's car. No one except Ivar knew she was often the first and last person with access to the boss, especially during late-night drives. People assumed she could never be more than a harmless errand girl, never suspecting that her silence hid a sharp, observant mind. Little did they suspect how much she noticed each day. Tamsa realized her position was more dangerous than anyone at the mansion. She was close enough to hear whispers of crimes and corruption, yet powerless to act. Every gesture she made was watched by Ivar's lieutenants. If she stepped out of line, they wouldn't hesitate to punish her. Meanwhile, Ivar never treated her as an equal. He bragged about her obedience to his associates. In his world, a driver was meant to be seen and not heard, a simple shadow doing his bidding. The challenge for Tamsa was clear. How could a silent driver in a world built on fear ever plan the boss's downfall? Every time Tamsa drove Ivar, she took mental notes. At gunpoint, he gave commands without thinking others were listening. But Tamsa quietly absorbed it all. She followed him to secret meetings, memorized codes, and listened to business negotiations from the passenger seat. When Ivar got into trouble, she was the first to notice. She recognized security patterns and mapped out the location of his hidden assets in her mind. Unlike others, she saw beyond the facade. She studied his routines and calculated what could make him vulnerable. Slowly, she pieced together the puzzle of Ivar's empire. She stored every detail in the back of her mind. In the quiet hours after each job, Tamsa planned. She marked safe houses on a small hidden map she kept. She even played innocent to gain more trust, always arriving early to clean his mansion, waiting to serve coffee at dinners. She learned to hack open his safes, salvage passwords whispered over his shoulder. Days and nights blurred as she worked silently. Each new piece of information was another tool. While Ivar believed she was just a loyal driver, Tamsa's mind was racing, building a strategy. Tamsa was methodical. Every detail fed into her secret plan. She was patient, biding her time. She also watched Ivar's personal habits. His arrogance was his weakness. On drives, he'd rant about dealing with informants or dirty cops, unknowingly revealing secrets. Tamsa listened intently and remembered everything. She spotted small shifts in his temper or schedule, clues to his vulnerabilities. At the same time, she cultivated a cover story. She admitted her secrets only to her own carefully planned diary, disguised as a routine log of fuel receipts. With each day, Tamsa's quiet study brought her closer to a clever plan that none in the criminal world could have imagined. Finally, the day came. Tamsa accompanied Ivar to his long-awaited meeting with a rival, something he saw as the culmination of years of conquest. That night, the city felt electric. Ivar sat in the front seat, barking orders into his phone while Tamsa navigated through narrow lanes. Her heart pounded, but her expression was calm. Inside a small bugging device under the dashboard, she activated her final play. She led them down a different route, one that Ivar had never taken before. Every turn brought them closer to an abandoned industrial complex on the outskirts of the city. Just as Ivar demanded to know the detour, headlights flared behind them. In an instant, the situation exploded. A swarm of police cars and armored vans blocked both ends of the road. Weapons trained on him. Ivar's face went pale. Tamsa gently kept driving as though nothing was wrong. The boss yelled, "What the hell is this?" But no answer came except sirens and lights. Tamsa calmly responded, "I followed your orders." In the confusion, she quietly pressed a button she had concealed on the car's dashboard. The back doors clicked locked. It was too late. Dozens of armed officers closed in, surrounding the Porsche in a wide net. Ivar was completely unprepared. He had never imagined such a quiet, respectful driver could engineer his downfall. As police officers dragged him out, Tamsa revealed what she had gathered: secret contracts and ledgers she had already handed to prosecutors. The boss's smug confidence shattered in that moment. He stammered, unable to understand how his trusted chauffeur had outwitted him. A simple, smiling Tamsa in the rearview mirror answered only with silence. Outside, the glare of flashing lights bathed the street in red and blue. The boss's empire had crumbled, all because of the one person he overlooked. In the end, it was not bullets or brawn that brought down the Mafia boss, but brains and patience. Tamsa's quiet intelligence and years of careful planning outmaneuvered Ivar's brute force. The lesson is clear. Never underestimate the power of a brilliant mind behind the wheel. Her cunning was unmatched. What do you think was Tamsa's smartest move? Let us know in the comments. If you love true crime stories with unexpected twists, subscribe for more shocking tales. Don't forget to like and share this video. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching and don't miss our next story. See you soon.